It's not just one of the world's great orchestras. The Simón Bolívar Youth Orchestra is in a class of its own. It's the showcase of a unique social experiment designed to bring music to the masses. The players have been trained in hundreds of publicly financed youth and children's orchestras. And in Venezuela, any child from any background can aspire to join it.
Mi grande sueño siempre ha sido ingresar a una orquesta. Mi meta siempre ha sido llegar hasta allá y creo que con el esfuerzo y con las ganas que uno le pone puede cumplir.
Genesis da Silva is just 13, but dreams of being a great musician. Every day after school, she spends 5 hours playing classical music before going home to practice more. She and her friends come from poor families that can't afford instruments, let alone lessons. But thanks to a visionary project, they have a chance to pursue their dreams. It's known as the National Youth Orchestra System of Venezuela, or as it's simply called here, El Sistema, the system. It's an inspired program to bring the finest music to the poorest children of Venezuela's toughest slums. It might sound like a pipe dream, but it's already brought more than 1 million kids into the world of classical music. It all began in 1975 when an economist and musician, Jose Abreu, hit on the idea that music could steer children from crime.
Y la alegría, el gozo y la esperanza que trae consigo la práctica musical en los barrios, en las zonas pobres, indudablemente que constituye además una barrera tremenda contra la droga, contra la violencia, contra el vicio, contra todo aquello que desvaloriza, ¿verdad?, la existencia y que la convierte en miserable.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It started with just 11 students in a cramped hall, but it's grown into 220 youth and children's orchestras, most in poor areas where children had never been exposed to classical music. Every day across the country, 400,000 kids line up for free music lessons. Even the cost of the instruments is covered by state grants and private donations. The local director, Rafael Ester, insists the investment benefits everyone.
In an orchestra, all the responsibilities are part of the success of this group. If the trumpet plays wrong or doesn't come or don't work as the other ones, the orchestra fails. As these communities, the communities need people who do everything and everybody works for the community. That's what we teach them. So we're trying to make them better citizens, better people.
So you could do the same thing with sport, for example?
Well, no, because in sports there's always a winner and a loser. In this, nobody loses, everybody wins. So we have to make them feel that the most important thing is that everyone wins.
The system demands and gets extraordinary commitment from the students. After sitting in school classes from 7 to 1, they play music until 6 before they start the journey home.
So this kid works like 14 hours a day. When they're done, they just go home and sleep. That's no time for getting in trouble.
Most kids in the West like to go home from school and play on the computer. I mean, do you have to force these kids to play music?
No, they're poor people. They don't have computers. They don't have toys. They don't have anything. This is the most valuable thing for them, their instruments, the orchestra.
The contrast with their home lives couldn't be greater. Caracas is a city of crowded slums and violent gangs. We had to bring a bodyguard to be able to film in Genesis de Silva's neighbourhood. Her building doesn't even have a lift. She has to climb 12 floors to her apartment.
Sí, mucho. Bueno, la gente muy involucrada, muy... Todo... Siempre están en las cosas de los malandros y cosas así. Nadie, casi nadie está pendiente de su vida, pues. Es muy difícil.
Yet Genesis is happier with her life than many rich teenagers in the West. The beauty of music a daily antidote to the ugliness around her.
Siempre realmente cuando estás ahí en la música, lo único que importa es saberlo disfrutar, saber trabajarlo. Y realmente te ayuda a despejar muchos problemas, pues.
She's lucky to have a supportive family, sharing this small apartment with her mother, stepfather, grandmother, 2 brothers, 2 aunts and 2 cousins. But nothing can shield them from the mayhem below. In a recent shooting, a bullet was fired through their window.
Muchos muertos, ya entre banda y banda siempre hay tiros y eso y ocasiona muchos muertos a veces aquí.
It wasn't long before we saw just how dangerous this place can be. While we were filming, a man was shot on the street. As we left the building, we were caught up in the police response. Our bodyguard was disarmed, I was detained and searched. Police have failed to stem the chronic violence here. Jose Abreu, who founded the system, believes music is a much better weapon.
De verdad que este es un programa que transforma la calidad de vida enormemente, ¿verdad? E imprime un sentido enorme a la existencia individual y colectiva de los niños y los jóvenes.
Leslie Pantoa, who's 26, knows that well. He grew up in a poor slum where he ran with a youth gang.
Bueno, tengo muchos amigos que ya no viven, murieron. A veces me los encuentro en la calle, a veces, y le pregunto cómo están y solamente están bien, pero no tienen buen empleo, no, o sea, no, solamente viven de no sé qué, pero así va. Así es la vida de ellos.
Leslie Pantoja's life took a different path after he joined the system. Today, he's a professional musician. 6 years ago, he was selected to join the Simón Bolívar Youth Orchestra. It's made up exclusively of the best students to pass through the system.
Yo creo que es porque nos conocemos desde hace 15 años, cuando éramos muy chicos. Entonces hemos crecido como una familia, muy poco a poco, y yo creo que eso es uno de los secretos de la orquesta, el por qué la orquesta suena así, por qué la orquesta se ve así y por qué la orquesta triunfa de esa manera.
Like all the players, Leslie Pantoa grew up to a Latin beat. When he's not performing with the orchestra, he still plays Venezuelan salsa with his own band. Before the system, poor neighbourhoods like his never even heard classical music.
Lo que se escucha es música latina, salsa, merengue. Clásico no existe realmente.
Nowadays, every community can enjoy the music of the streets and the concert halls.
Hay una enorme diversidad que rompe las fronteras artificiales entre música clásica y música popular y convierte la sociedad en el hábitat de una vivencia, de una esperanza artística que es un canto a la dimensión estética de la vida.
Only a handful who finish the system each year are chosen for Simón Bolívar, the peak of the youth orchestras.
Demasiado. Y ya paran y resuelve. ¿Ok? Otra vez.
But Genesis da Silva is sure she can do it. As she watches the orchestra rehearse, she becomes even more determined to perfect her craft.
Tú como no trata de imitarlo, trata de ser como ellos y esforzarte cada día más para llegar a donde están ellos.
An hour later, it's her turn to shine. After weeks of practice, Genesis's school group will be performing a concert for their parents and friends. Everything is done as cheaply as possible, but Rafael Esther takes any opportunity to plead for more.
Yo estoy pidiendo la construcción de un edificio de 1.000 metros cuadrados de espacio para poder albergar hasta 1.500 niños y la compra de 300 instrumentos musicales.
It's an enthusiastic, if uneven, performance. Some of the children show exceptional talent, some just play along for fun. Only a few will become professional musicians, but the system will leave a lifelong legacy for all.
The most important thing is that they believe in themselves. They believe that everything they start, they can take it to a higher level. They can reach different goals in life.